Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. And we're going to get things started this week with another great Monday workout. And we'll get our fun upper body blast today, doing a little push-pull with a focus on some single arm work. Okay, so we're going to be doing lots of single arm, offset push-ups, single arm, pressing, single arm pulling. So we'll go through a bunch of those types of movements today, get a bunch of single arm progression on here. So we'll do a bunch of pushing and pulling. If somebody could just give me a green light and let me know, give me a thumbs up if my audio's coming in. I'm using the headphones again, so I just like to double check to make sure that the Bluetooth is connected up and everybody can hear me. So when you get a second, let me know. And today we're going to do some fun work with our single arm, push-pull progression. All right. Okay. So my little guy was fishing this weekend. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen him. Okay, catching his first sunny. Highlight of my life, pretty much. So, real fired up about that, and we're excited. Okay, good. Colleen's here. What's happening, Colleen and Brad? How we doing? Okay. And maybe Sydney. I don't know if Sydney's working out with you right now. Okay, we'll get the whole team, the whole Zykoff team training. Okay, so we're gonna get started with our normal warm-up, and we're gonna start with our jumping rope and get things moving today. Hey, we got some great news for everybody. A week from today, Monday, we will be open for outdoor use. Officially open. The great state of New York has given us the green light to open up. What's up, Ron? And New York State has given us the green light to open. And we will be out there, fired up and ready to rock and roll Monday morning. We'll have, so please pay attention to the group as we're going to be putting in a lot of communication over the next couple of days as to the official outdoor schedule and some of the guidelines for coming back to the gym for outdoor classes starting next Monday, July 6th. Woohoo! We're back, baby. Fired up. So we're waiting patiently, and thank you so much to all of our community and our friends, our families, and everybody here, all the employees and all the great community members and clients that we have that stuck it out with us and waited patiently through this whole thing. So all right, let's get warming up, let's get rocking and rolling. All right, we're gonna grab my jump rope. We'll get 2 minutes on the clock, rock and roll, and then we'll start with some pushing and pulling, little single arm progression work today. All right, 2 minutes on the clock. We'll get our jump ropes rocking and rolling. Fire it up. Everybody hear me? Good, nobody let me know. Ready? Go. Give me a thumbs up if my audio's coming in. I want to make sure the headphones are working. Good. All right, we're getting set up. We're gonna turn the outdoor space into Muscle Beach this week. Maybe put a sand pit, a tiki bar out there. We need a beach. Get the sand pit rocking. Good. Fancy feet. 2 minutes on the clock. A couple seconds left. 15 seconds, let's go. Time, all right. Nice job, everybody. Good. How we doing? Who's logging in with me this morning? Lonnie, Evan, what's happening? Colleen, Brady, what's happening, dude? All the way from down under. Let's go get our dynamic warm-up, gang. Let's go. 10 squats, 10 lunges. Warm it up good. We'll be putting out our first newsletter since the lockdown for July 1. Got a really good newsletter for everybody coming out. Make sure you check your email, all right? Stay up to date. You know, our goal here has always been at Varsity House to kind of really help educate people on their health, their wellness, performance, nutrition. So we're gonna kick that off. A little more. Good. Let's take it down to the backs. Kick that off with our July newsletter. I'll talk about the 5 pillars of human performance and wellness. That's nutrition, fitness, stress reduction, sleep, and community and caring. And community is a human trait. Especially now, you see it more than ever. The need for community, togetherness. I don't even go as far as say human touch, right? The lack of human touch is causes a lot of stress in and of itself. You've got like animals and things like that. They're always like come together in groups, right? Like a little baby, right? Like my son, if somebody comes in the door, hanging all over you, something like that, like a dog, right? So check that out for this week. That'll be coming out right before the holiday weekend. Everybody set up, and we're gonna put like a nice little weekend survival kit in there too. Some ideas for some recipes and some tips for keeping your fitness and nutrition on track during the holiday weekend here in the States for 4th of July. One more. Really important. Hold that stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I went backwards. 5. That's okay. Hold the stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dip in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Let's get some hip unders. Okay. Hip under, glute stretch, pigeon stretch. Right. Tuck that heel underneath to get the shit out. Right. Fold out. Switch. 2. Good. Switch. 3. Good. Switch. Last 2. Get 1 more inch. Hips are tight today. I'm sitting in the boat, I think. A lot of sitting, fishing with my little guy. Sitting in the sand, sitting in the boat. I'm like the play toy. Jumping all over me all day yesterday. Good, okay. All right, let's get a little upper body specific warm up and do some hand release push-ups, shoulder swimmers, and then shoulder 90-90s. Let's get 2 by 10 each, okay? 10 hand release push-ups, 10 shoulder swimmers right on the ground, prone position, and then 10 90-90s. Okay, let's go. Hand release push-up, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 2, 9, last one, and 10. Good. Okay. Okay, 90-90s, right? Just behind your back, okay? Little handcuff action. Reach up high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. We'll do that one more time. Shake it out a little bit. We'll get one more round of each one of those. Okay, 10 hand release, 10 shoulder swimmers, 10 90-90s. Okay. Then we're gonna do a little bit more pec openers and shoulder windmills. Okay. Get the shoulders good and loosened up. All right. We had a big week of lifting last week. Did a lot of upper body work last week. A little fast, so a little tight this week. All right, let's go. Let's get round 2. 10 hand release push-ups. Let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Swimmers. Right? Head's not touching the ground. I don't rest my head on the ground. I hover my head off the ground. Arms, right? Once I lift them and start, they don't touch the ground. 1, 2, palms together in front of you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, okay. 90-90s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Good. All right. Let's go. Great. So some kneeling, half kneeling shoulder windmills. Let's just start these up by right up and over. Bring it out around 1, 2, 3. Right, all the way up until it gets to the sticking point, and then I start to turn that pinky out. Last one. 5. Good. Switch sides. Okay. Up. Right, sticking point. Right. You can palpate a little bit if you're real tight. Like I feel a lot in my pec minor always. So, and get in there. Reach back. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 5. Good. Okay. There's some pec openers. 3. Let's get 10 of these. 8, 9. Coming at you. Right. Let's go. Side to side looks. Loosen up our necks a little bit. Good. Good. Let's just stretch the neck, right? Remember, hand behind the back. Dip that shoulder blade down. Pull to the side. Nice and gentle here. Don't crank on your neck. Nice and easy. Just get a good stretch. Other way. Right. Loosen them up good. Right. Good idea always before you train, if you're somebody who carries a lot of stress and tension in your neck, is just to back of the head right here, right along the attachment points where all the neck muscles attach. You feel there's like two little processes right here, and I'm going to rub in there good, and right around the back of the head. That'll actually cause a lot of tension release. And you know, if you're somebody who sits a lot or works at a desk a lot, or just someone like myself who just keeps a lot of tension in their neck, this is a good idea to do a couple times a day. Just dig that out a little bit. Oh, here we go. All right, let's get ready to work, okay? So we're gonna get a quick sip, and then we'll start off with our first progression. Our first progression is gonna be an offset, okay? An offset push-up, all right? So we're gonna get a med ball, a book, a stack of towels, something that we could create. We'll put one hand on to create some elevation on one side versus the other. I'm going to use a med ball, okay? So I'm just going to grab myself a nice, 10-pound med ball to use The next one we're gonna do, okay, so we got those, and I'm gonna do a standing self-supported single arm row. Standing self-supported single arm row. So an offset push-up with one hand elevated. You can do it if you have a kettlebell, you can do it on the kettlebell. I just like the med ball because it's softer, it's a little easier on my wrist, okay? And then a self-supported row. You don't have to have a kettlebell for this, you could have a regular dumbbell, and I'm just gonna set up right, get my good stance. I could brace here if I want to, okay? Which I recommend, you know, take a little pressure off the lower back, and then just, it'll be a row, okay? So I'm self-supporting, meaning that I'm not putting my knee or hands on a bench or a fixed apparatus, right? So I have to use a lot of core work for that. So same thing with the push-ups, okay? So offset push-up. We're gonna get, you know, let's call it 6 to 10 aside, depending on how strong you are. And then we're gonna get same thing, you know, on the row. We get 8 to 10 aside on the row. So, and if you have to modify these, that's cool too. You can go from your knees and still do an offset push-up. And all this does is create a little variation, you know, from one side to the other, where one side is working and firing a little bit differently than it would be if both hands were flat on the ground. Okay, so a little instability too, right? So you got to stabilize a little bit more, and it just creates another layer of difficulty. Okay, so let's get our first round. We're going to get 2 rounds of these, and then we'll go to some of our primary strength movements to get these going. Okay, this is kind of like the supplemental warm-up. All right, so offset, hand on the ground, and 10 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, I'll switch it over to the other side. Okay, in there. This one here. Okay, I'll get another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, good. Not bad. Okay, so now the self-supported row, right? A little bit of a wide stance, heel to toe. Brace, grip, and pull. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Good. Switch sides. Right, same thing. Heel to toe. Step out. Right, good athletic stance. Brace, grip, row. Right. 6, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, a couple seconds. Shake that out. We'll do one more round, and that'll complete our specific warm-up, and then we're gonna go right to our main exercise, which will be, you know, a variety of single arm dumbbell work today. All right, and I'm gonna do something, I like doing something we'll call a bench climb. So, anyway, if you have a bench at home, great. If you don't have a bench that can incline and decline, I'll give you some suggestions as to how you can create some variation there for yourselves, okay? All right, let's go here. One more time, all right? One more set each side. 10 offset push-ups. Rock and roll, let's go. Right, set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. Ready? Set. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are tough. Whew. Those are tough. Those get my chest going. A little tough on the wrist. All right, a little tough on the wrist. You know, if you're someone like myself who's been having some wrist problems. Okay. Okay? Let's set up, stagger again. Get your grip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Ready? Set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Whew. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Good. All right, we'll take a second and let's get set up. Okay. Let's get set up. And we're going to start off. Let me show you what a bench climb basically is. Okay, so we're going to work a single arm progression here of pressing. And each round, we're going to start off, we're going to do 2 sets basically in each position. Right? So I'll start off on a flat bench, and then I'll go to a low incline, a higher incline, right? A vertical press, okay? And then my way back down, okay? And then we'll start vertical again. We'll go to the high incline, to the low incline, okay? Back to the ground. This is called a bench climb, single arm progression, okay? Now, I like doing this a lot. It's a lot of fun, okay? So you should be starting off at your heaviest weight. So let's get one warm-up set with weight, and then we'll start there. Now, each successive set, as we raise the bench, you're probably gonna have to lighten up the load. Right? Most people cannot shoulder press what they can bench press. So if you're working a 60-pound dumbbell on your press, that means you're probably going like 60, 50, 40 or something along those lines as we increase the incline and get a little bit harder, okay? So let's get one good warm-up set, and then we'll do a single arm progression through these, all right? So I'm gonna grab a lightweight since we don't really have a lightweight over here. We're missing the lightweights. Oh, let's go to the kettlebell. Okay. Okay. And we'll warm it up. Okay. And let's just get it. This is our warm-up set. So so that was my warm-up, and now I'm going to grab a real weight, and we'll start this progression from the flat position, working our way up to a heavier weight, okay? Or working our way up the incline, okay? So I'm going to go relatively easy today. Let's say 65. Okay? Something along those lines. All right, gang. So I'm gonna try and get, 8 to 10 presses in each position. All right, so let's start here with 10. We'll go right out, and then we'll hit the next thing. All right, let's go flat and press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. raiser. All right, we're gonna go up. Let's raise the bench up. Now, if you don't have a bench at home, you only got a flat bench, okay? You can just stick something, a plate underneath the back of the bench, give it a little incline, right? You can raise that up a little bit. If you don't have a bench at all, you could go from a floor press, okay, like a push up to a floor press, okay, to a standing band press. Like there's lots of different variations that you can put into your training program. All right, so I'm gonna go up the incline. I'm gonna drop a few pounds of weight. As obviously, once you switch over to the incline, it'll get a little harder. Okay, same thing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stop at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, good. Woo. Chest is palm. We go up to the next incline. All right, this would be the high incline. This is a tough position. Most traditional incline benches at most gyms are going to be at about a 45 or less, right? So the high incline is really going to be tough for some people. This is an angle that most people aren't used to hitting. So, right? So go a little lighter on these, right? Give yourself a little, give yourself a feel here. Make sure that you're feeling out the weights properly, and you're not just grabbing something that's too heavy and you're gonna hurt yourself. All right. So, or you drop the reps. Okay. You drop the reps if you need to. So, since I don't have lighter weights here, I'm just gonna grow with the 55s again, and we'll go from there. Okay. And I'll get 6 to 8 reps. I'll just drop the reps if I have to. All right. So let's go. Ready? 1, 2, oops. 2, 3, 4. It's almost like doing a shoulder press. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. That's tough. 2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. All right, last one. We'll raise it up. We'll move a little faster on the way back down. All right. So this is a little slow, as I was talking a lot in between and trying to explain it to you guys, kind of what I was looking for here. But so we'll hit this last progression here in the seated position, and you can do this kind of like an Arnold press, right? Depending on the weight you have. And I'm just going to do a press. Remember, here to keep our shoulders nice and healthy, we're in tight. Palm stays parallel to the ear, not out here pressing like this, right? For shoulder pressing in here, pressing like this. Okay, really important there. All right. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with my kettlebell again since I'm avoiding weights. All right. Up. 6, 7, 8. Good. Good. I actually prefer doing shoulder presses with the kettlebell, and because it just seems like a more natural weight position for me. Right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, okay. All right, so we're at the top of the movement here. I'm gonna take a short rest, and then we're gonna start the progression to go back down. And since we kind of know our weights and know our rep scheme, we're gonna be a little bit more fatigued. So we just gotta be careful with the reps and or the load. So I'm gonna start at the top, work my way back down, and I'm gonna move fast, right? I'm not gonna rest much at all. So I'm gonna do my, 6 to 8 shoulder presses, drop the incline, grab my weight, go right to the next one. All right, try and be a little quicker with this progression on the way down. All right, we gotta get some other work on. So, we gotta get our back pump on. Okay. Let's rock and roll, okay? Ready? Set. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. All right. 8. Good. 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Drop my bench. For the next incline. I'm actually going up in weight, right? So I'm going to go to 55 here. Try to get 6 reps. Set up. Central. Let's go. Come on. Up. Right back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One. Hey. Woo. Go up and wait if you can. No time like the now. The time to get jacked is now. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Ooh. Good. 1, 2, 3. 5. One more. Last one. 6. All right. Woo. That's a good one. Boom. Excuse me. Did somebody on the way to the weight room? That's the incline bench climb. That's hard as hell. That's a fun little challenge that you could play with yourself, right? And kind of, you could play with the rest periods, you could play with the incline, and you could adjust the weights. So something that I try to do, like I said, is go up 10 pounds per. So if I started at 65, I go 65, 55, 45 on my way up, and then 45, 55, 65, try to hit it on the way down. That was tough, okay? We went slow on the way up, but then we rushed it on the way down, right, to get that extra fatigue and blood flow. So lots of different ways to make things miserable and fun. All right, good. Nice job, everybody. Okay. So we're going to do something similar here, okay, with the row, but we're not going to do as many sets, all right?
So I'm just going to give you a couple variations. We're going to do a on the bench kneeling single arm row, nothing crazy there. We've done thousands of those. Okay, we're going to do, okay, but I'm going to show you a little variation that we're going to do here that's going to make it a little harder. And then we're going to do an incline row, but a single arm version where I'm holding 2 dumbbells, but I'm seesaw rowing. All right, and then an upright row where I'm using band tension to create the resistance. All right, but we're going to stop at 3 sets. We're not going to go back up and down. So we're just going to get a set or so in each rep. Okay, so again, let's grab some weights. Here's what this variation is going to look like. All right, so when I do this variation of the row, in almost all cases, when we teach people how to do a single arm row with using a bench, you're going to have one knee on the bench. You're going to have one foot out to the side in parallel with the knee, right? I'm going to bend that. I'm going to get a nice flat back, and I'm going to row, okay? This creates a real stable base and allows me to focus on the back muscles. But today I want to show you some variations. And again, there's no wrong way to train. There's only training with an intention, good technique, right? And some plan and progression for yourselves, right? You got to have a progression and regression, right? You got to know how to progress load and weights and exercises. And sometimes, you know, even myself, when I'm not feeling it or I'm a little tweaked or banged up, right? Like last week after the ruck run, right? My lower body was a little banged up, so I just modified things. And you have to make regressions for yourself. And I know we don't like to think like that, like, oh, trying to get yoked, no time for regression. Well, if you keep progressing without ever having a rest or regression, okay, all you will get is injury. All right, so here's how this one's going to work. I'm going to start with a real light weight because this one's going to throw you for a loop. Now, I'm going to go in the complete opposite direction, right, which is almost unheard of. I'm going to set up this way, and I'm going to row this way, right? So I'm going to set up as if I was going to row with my left hand, but then I'm going to row with my right, right? Why? Because this is throwing my core, my core and my torso is doing this, right? Trying to fight that weight. You don't need to go heavy. I'm going to go with a 25, probably go 25, 45, somewhere in that range. I'll probably do 2 sets here in this one, and then we'll incline. Let's do that, all right? So let's go. Set up like we're going left. Put your hand on the bench, and just lean over a little bit, and row right. Something, it's a variation, it's a variable, right? Torque, control of the torso. Still keeping my back nice and flat. Good. Nice and easy there. I'm going to go to this is a 44-pound. Right? Yeah, 44-pound kettlebell. I'll do that for the next one. We'll do 2 sets here. That first set. I know everybody's feeling it out. Get used to that. Okay? So again, set up like I'm going left. Puts out straight. Hands here. What I do though, that might be a little different than what we would do when we set up, is I put the top knee to the right side. So I'm shaded over to the right side of the bench, so that I can get the dumbbell to hang over the far side of the bench. All right? one of each kettlebell. All right, so this next variation is just gonna be a seesaw row, real simple. So nothing much different here than doing a double arm incline chest supported row, except that when one arm hangs, the other arm is gonna row, okay? And again, it's just creating a little torque on the core of the spine and some of the other muscles. All right, so I'm gonna set up on the bench, grab my dumbbells, right? And see, it's just gonna be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Whew. That's what I'm saying. That's a good one. I like that. Creates a good pump. At least for me, I get a little bit of, I feel a little bit more in my scapular region, right, from that one arm pulling and then kind of having to tuck over a little bit. So I get a nice little pump in the traps. What's called the levator scapular / rhomboid region. All right, we'll do one more of those. Okay, and then we'll go all the way up to the during this lockdown, how are some ways that they could work the lats like a lat pull down if they don't have pull-up bar, or like a lot of people are just not strong enough to do good pull-ups. So, what can I do to create, in a sense, like a lat pull down? Well, one, you could buy a pull-up bar, right, or a spudding pulley system. But both of the pull-ups are very hard, and not a lot of people can do good pull-ups. And the spudding pulley system, if you buy the full system, it's going to be about $200. So you get yourself a nice $20 band, and you could do a modified version. So let me show you what this looks like. You do a modified bent over prone, okay, lat pull. All right, so I'm just going to put the band around my bench, like this, like so, and then I'm going to back out, and I'm going to get to a bent over position like this. So I want to imagine that I'm doing a lat pull down, right, like on a cable machine like we have here, and I'm just in this bent over position. I'll find a level of resistance that's consistent, that I know I can handle. All right, and I'll make sure my back's nice and flat, and then from here it's just lat pull. All right, that's a great variation. You can do that by looping the band to a door, right, a couch, some type of fixed object, or in this case, I'm using my bench. We'll do one more set of those, and then we just got a little bit of accessory work for today, right? Finish this out. Our upper body pump. Right, we gotta hit some gun show today. It's Monday. Gotta get the guns pumped up, right? I gotta be excited. The grand opening's coming. My guns gotta look on point. The gun show's gotta be ready. All right, let's go. Let's go another set. These were a little easy, so I'm gonna back up a little further. And again, that's what's nice about bands is you can kind of control the resistance, even like mid set, which is nice, right? So if I got back here and it was too hard, I could just take a half a step forward, nice and quick. Nice job. All right, everybody. That's our pushing and pulling. Let's get a quick sip. All right. And then we're just gonna do a little bit of triceps for today. A little bis and tris action. We'll combine 2 exercises. And we'll finish this workout with a bang. Okay, nice job. A good Monday pump. Some good strength training. Okay, so we're going to start off with just 2 simple exercises. I'm going to start off doing, some seated hammer curls and some skull crushers. Right? So 2 of my all-time faves, right? Nice and easy. So I'm just going to do, right, some seated hammers. I'm going to go till they're burning like crazy. Right, because it's just the biceps. So these are high rep muscles. You generally don't have to go super heavy on your biceps to build big biceps. In fact, you'll hurt your elbows and joints doing that. Believe it or not, people straighten their biceps, a lot of times there's pain manifested in shoulders. Oh, one more. Oh, good. And then right to our skull crushers. All that single arm work we did, even though you didn't get like an ab burn, right? You got a ton of ab work. And remember the main purpose of the core muscles is stabilization, right? So think about that when I'm doing that self-supported row, or I'm doing that offset kneeling row, or I'm doing the single arm, or I'm doing the offset push-ups, right? That core muscles are all working really hard to stabilize your torso. All right, last one. Let's finish it up and then we're done. Okay. Let's go. Pump them up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, that's a good Monday workout. Nice job, everybody.
great pump session today. We got our pushing and pulling, learned a couple things about single arm training and offset training, right, and how that relates to, you know, building up a strong pillar, a strong core. All right, don't forget, tune in tomorrow. We have a special Joe Strong challenge for everybody for my birthday. Joe Strong birthday challenge, right? It's gonna be pre-recorded, and I'm gonna put it up tomorrow for everybody to do, as there will be no live 10 a.m. Joe Strong tomorrow, as I'll be, you know, chilling and grilling. And then this weekend, we'll have some great stuff coming out. And Monday, a week from today, we're open back here at Varsity House for outdoor classes. Stay tuned for all the info there. Thanks so much for your patience and support. We'll see you next time, gang. Take care.